Someone says, I literally can't even, the sentence itself breaks down because the emotion is supposedly too big for grammar to handle.
But doesn't that make you worry?
Okay, I want you to picture this. You're in your kitchen, an American friend is over for lunch,
Okay.
and you decide to make them a sandwich. We're talking the most basic sandwich you can possibly imagine.
Like, what are we talking?
Turkey, iceberg lettuce, maybe a little bit of yellow mustard. That's it. It is just sustenance. You hand it to them, they take one bite, and what's the reaction?
Oh, I know this one. Their eyes go wide. They look at you like you've just performed a miracle.
Yes.
And they say, oh my God, this is amazing. This is literally the best sandwich I've ever had in my life.
Exactly. And you're just standing there thinking, it's just turkey. It's
Yeah.
cold cuts. Why are you acting like I just invented fire?
It is so unsettling. My first thought is always, are they making fun of me?
Right. Are they being sarcastic?
Or do they just have, like, impossibly low standards for food? Because if that's the best sandwich they've ever had,
Yeah.
I'm actually a little sad for them.
But see, here's the thing, and this is what we're really getting into today. They're not mocking you, and they probably have perfectly fine taste.
So what is it then?
They're just operating in what I like to call the inflation economy of American English.
The inflation economy, I like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that creates a problem,
A
right?
huge problem.
Because if a turkey sandwich is amazing, and, say, the Grand Canyon is amazing, and a cat video is amazing,
Does the word amazing even mean anything anymore?
exactly, has it lost all its value?
That's the core question. If you use too much emotion, the words start to feel worthless. But today, we're not just going to complain about it. We're going to try to decode it.
Could go at it.
Yeah, because there's an actual kind of complex social system hidden underneath all of that exaggeration.
I'm a bit skeptical that there's a system.
Yeah.
To me, it just feels like random emotional noise. But okay, convince me. Where do we start with this so-called superlative scale?
We have to start with the baseline.
Yeah.
Because in the U.S., the baseline has shifted. Good is no longer good enough. Good has actually been devalued.
What do you mean devalued?
Okay, let's say I cook you a nice dinner, you eat the whole thing, and at the end you just say, that was good, period.
Well, I mean, good means it was.
Yeah.
Good, satisfactory, I liked it.
Not anymore. In modern American English, if you just say, that was good, with a kind of flat tone, I'm going to assume you hated it.
You're joking.
No, I would think you were just being polite and secretly wanted to throw it in the trash.
Just because I didn't perform a standing ovation for your chicken.
Pretty much. To show you actually liked it, you have to climb up a rung on the ladder. You have to say amazing or incredible.
Or at least add an intensifier.
Yes, that was so good. The so is doing all the work there.
Wow. This sounds absolutely exhausting. You have to be in a constant state of delight just to register as satisfied.
It is a kind of performance. Which brings us to the vocabulary, because some of these words have drifted so far from their original meaning. Let's talk about obsessed.
Ugh, this one drives me crazy. People will say, I am obsessed with these tacos.
All the time.
And, you know, coming from a normal dictionary-using place, obsession is. It's a bad thing. It's a pathology. It means you can't sleep. It's not a word for a condiment.
I mean, you're not actually hiding in the bushes watching the taco truck.
Exactly. So why use a word that implies a serious mental health issue?
Because in this inflation economy, I like it, is just too weak. It doesn't send a strong enough signal. When an American says, I'm obsessed, they don't mean it clinically. They just mean, I've been using or eating this regularly, and it's part of my routine.
So obsessed just means, I've had this more than once.
It's a flag for enthusiasm, and enthusiasm is the main currency we're trading in.
But then you have words that are just confusing, like insane. I've heard insane used for something wonderful and something horrible in the same day.
Oh yeah, insane is a total chameleon. It just means an extreme deviation from the norm. The context tells you if it's good or bad.
Okay, let's test this. The traffic on the highway was insane.
Negative. A total nightmare. You didn't move for an hour.
The flavor of that ice cream was insane.
Positive. The best ice cream of your life.
It just feels really inefficient to use the same word for a traffic jam and dessert.
It's inefficient for facts, sure, but it's very efficient for conveying a vibe. And that brings us to the reaction words.
Oh boy.
This is where the aggressive positivity gets really weird for outsiders.
I have a real issue with these. This whole trend of responding to good news with what sound like insults or medical emergencies.
So exactly what you mean. Let's role play this. I'll give you some really good news. You be the enthusiastic American.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm channeling my inner hype man. Go.
Hey, you know that promotion I've been working toward for 3 years? I finally got it.
Shut up, P.
See?
Right there. No, I mean, if you translate that literally, I just told you to be quiet at the moment of your triumph. It's so rude.
But we both know it means I am so pleasantly surprised I'm speechless. It's just shorthand for shock.
Okay, or what about this one? Tell me you got tickets to a sold-out concert.
I somehow managed to get front row seats for that big show.
No way. Get out.
Get out! I'm asking you to leave the room.
It's so aggressive. And my favorite, which has now fully infiltrated the business world, is I'm dead. Yes, I am deceased.
You tell me funny joke, and I reply with, I'm dead, or maybe I'll just send a skull emoji. And that is supposed to be the highest compliment I can give you.
It means your joke was so funny it killed me.
But just imagine you're a tourist, or maybe just a very literal person, and you hear someone laughing while yelling, I'm dying! Shut up! Get out!
You'd think you walked into a hostage situation.
Absolutely.
It's true. But we have to look at the flip side, too. Because we exaggerate the bad stuff just as much.
Right. The negative inflation.
What's the go-to phrase for something that's just, mildly annoying?
Oh, the worst. This Wi-Fi is the worst.
Exactly. The worst implies that nothing in human history has ever been more terrible. Not famine, not war. No, a buffering video is the worst.
Or a nightmare. That one gets me. Trying to find parking was a nightmare. A nightmare is, a terrifying subconscious horror.
Right.
Finding parking is just an inconvenient part of owning a car. But inconvenient doesn't get you any sympathy. If you say parking was annoying, people just nod. If you say it was a literal nightmare, people stop and ask if you're okay.
And you just use the L word. We have to go there.
We literally have to.
The word literally.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that makes grammar purists' heads explode. And, I kind of get it.
Sure.
Its only job is to mean in a literal sense. Exactly. It's the one word we have to separate fact from metaphor.
And we broke it. We completely broke it.
You've smashed it. You hear people say, I literally died of embarrassment. No, you didn't. You're right here talking to me.
I know. But here's the defense, and I think it's important. In American English, literally has evolved. It's not about facts anymore. It's an intensifier.
An intensifier.
It now means figuratively, but with very strong feelings.
Figuratively, but with feelings.
Yeah.
That might be the most American thing I've ever heard.
But it's true. When someone says, I literally can't even, the sentence itself breaks down because the emotion is supposedly too big for grammar to handle.
But doesn't that make you worry? If literally now means figuratively, what word do we use when something actually happens?
That is a real risk.
If I saw a car literally on fire, and I told you, that car is literally on fire, you'd probably just think I meant it was a really hot car.
We've definitely created a boy who cried wolf problem with our own language. But, and this is the big pivot to the why, it's not happening because Americans are bad at English.
Okay, then why? Why this total allergy to moderation?
It comes down to something called phatic communication.
Phatic. Okay, break that down for me.
Phatic communication is any kind of speech where the social bonding part is more important than the information part.
Like asking, how are you?
Exactly. I don't actually want a detailed medical report. I'm just doing a little social ritual that says, I see you, I acknowledge you.
It's like a verbal handshake.
Perfect analogy. Now, in the U.S., enthusiasm has become the primary form of politeness. This is the key. If you give me that mediocre turkey sandwich.
Yes, the sandwich.
And I just say, this is adequate, I am telling the truth about the sandwich. But socially, I am rejecting you.
Because I'm not playing the enthusiasm game.
You're not matching my energy. The big reaction, this is amazing, is a code. It's a signal that says, I value our relationship more than I value strict culinary accuracy.
So the food is just a stand-in for the friendship.
100%. Devalue the sandwich, you devalue the friend.
That actually explains so much about the whole how are you dance. In the U.S., there's basically only one right answer.
Great. Or maybe good.
If you just say, I'm fine, people look at you with this deep concern.
Oh, yeah. Fine is code for my life is falling apart.
It creates this weird pressure, right? If everyone else is having an amazing day and eating a life-changing burrito, and you're just fine, you feel like you're failing.
It's pure sales culture.
What do you mean?
America is a country built on capitalism and, the frontier spirit. You're always selling something, selling yourself an idea, your own optimism. You can't get ahead by saying, my idea is adequate. You have to say, this is a game changer.
And social media just poured gasoline all over
Oh,
that.
completely. It's an arms race of superlatives. On Instagram or TikTok, you can't just have a nice day. It has to be iconic or legendary.
But the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Right. If your vacation isn't the GOAT, was it even worth taking? So we're all walking around calling our morning coffee legendary just to keep up.
But this must create so much friction when Americans interact with, well, the rest of the world. I've seen this go so wrong in international business meetings.
Oh, the cross-cultural confusion is a huge part of this. Let's just look at the British contrast. We supposedly speak the same language.
Supposedly.
Woo.
But we use it in completely opposite ways. The British run on understatement.
Exactly. Okay, so imagine a performance review. Dave is a British manager. Chad is his American employee.
Poor Chet.
Chad turns in a report. It's great. It's genuinely excellent work. Dave, being British, reviews it and says, not bad, Chad, quite good.
To a British person, not bad is high praise. And quite good basically means this is fantastic.
But what does Chad, the American, hear? In his dialect, not bad means mediocre, and quite good means it was fine, but I've got a lot of corrections.
So Chad goes home, convinced he's about to be fired.
He's on LinkedIn updating his resume. He's crushed. Meanwhile, Dave is at the pub thinking he just gave Chad a glowing review.
And it must work the other way. If an American manager tells a British employee, that idea is absolutely brilliant, you're a genius, the British person probably thinks they're being mocked.
Or that their boss is unhinged. Why is he shouting? It's a spreadsheet.
It gets even more difficult with what you could call precision cultures.
Like Germany, Japan, Scandinavia.
Right. These are what's known as low-context cultures. The words are meant to convey exact, literal information.
In a low-context culture, if I say, I'll be there in 5 minutes, I mean 300 seconds.
Whereas for an American, 5 minutes could mean anything from 2 minutes to 20. It just means soon.
I had a German friend who went on a date with an American woman. At the end of the night, she said, this was awesome. We should totally do this again.
That sounds like a standard American goodbye.
Exactly.
But my German friend took it as a literal statement of intent. He waited by the phone for a week. When she never called, he was genuinely angry. He felt she had lied to him.
But she wasn't lying. In her mind, we should do this again is just a polite way to end the evening. It's phatic again. Social lubrication.
To him, it was a verbal contract.
And this is where that common complaint comes from. Americans are so fake. But it's not about deception. We're just calibrated to a different emotional scale. It's like we're using Fahrenheit and everyone else is using Celsius. 30 degrees means a very different thing.
So let's talk about calibration, because people listening right now are probably thinking, okay, I don't want to sound rude, but I also cannot physically make myself scream, I'm obsessed about my office chair.
And you shouldn't. Please don't force it. There's nothing worse than faked enthusiasm. It's just creepy.
So what's the actual strategy here? How do you navigate this without selling your soul?
Okay, so there are 2 parts. For listening, the rule is simple. Translate down.
Translate down.
When an American says something is amazing, just hear good. When they say it was a nightmare, just hear it was stressful. If they say they're devastated, just hear they're a little disappointed.
Okay, that helps manage the emotional whiplash. But what about when I'm speaking? Do I have to play along?
You don't have to go full American. You don't have to start yelling shut up
Right.
at good news. My advice is just to bump it up 1 notch.
Just one notch.
Just one. So if you liked a movie, don't just say, it was good. That sounds flat. Say, I really enjoyed it.
Okay, really enjoyed it. I can do that.
Or use an intensifier. Instead of, that's interesting, try. That is so cool.
It feels a little like I'm acting, to be honest.
It might at first, but think of it this way. You are just translating your genuine feelings into a language the other person can understand correctly. If you stay at your default level, you might accidentally be signaling, I'm bored, or I don't like you.
That's a better way to think about it. It's not about being fake. It's about making sure the signal is received clearly.
You're just turning up the volume on the microphone so they can hear you.
I think I can manage so cool. I will, however, draw the line at I'm literally dying.
That's probably wise. You can leave I'm dying to the professionals.
So to bring it all back, the sandwich.
You sandwich.
When I give my American friend that basic turkey sandwich, and they act like it's the greatest culinary achievement since fire,
Don't analyze the sandwich. Don't check the brand of the mustard.
I should just understand that what they're really saying is, I like you.
Precisely. They are not grading the food. They are grading the friendship. And in that moment, the friendship is amazing.
Well, I have to say, this deep dive has been Literally life-changing.
See? You're a natural. You're getting it.
I am absolutely obsessed with this advice.
Now you've got it. Thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll see you next time.